Good afternoon, students. Today we are moving to the last part of our sixth module. Okay, and it mainly deals with three theories. Okay, up to this we have discussed about traffic flow parameters like speed, density, and flow, and also the flow diagrams like speed density diagram, speed flow diagram, and flow density diagram. And this is the combined diagram. Combined diagram means all these three diagrams are arranged like this. That is first speed density diagram, then speed flow, and below that flow density diagram. And individually all these diagrams are explained. So if a combined diagram is asked, you should draw all these three diagrams. Okay, this is known as combined diagram, combined traffic flow diagram. Next is the theories of traffic flow. Mainly there are three theories, that is Lytle-and-Witham's theory, car flow theory, and queuing theory. First one, Lytle and Witham's theory. In order to understand the traffic flow, it is compared with that of flow of fluid. That is, in Lytle-and-Witham's theory, this traffic flow is compared with that of fluid flow. And this theory is based on kinematic waves. And one of the limitations of this theory is that it is based on continuous flow approach in fluid dynamics. So it is used for large population only. This is the limitation. It is used for large population problems only and cannot be used for small population. That is the limitation. And in our situation, the case is the total number of vehicles. So it is applicable to large scale problems only and principally to the distribution of traffic on long crowded roads. It is used for traffic on long crowded roads only because it is based on continuous flow approach in fluid dynamics and it is used for large population only. Okay. Next, for deriving the equation, there are two assumptions. First one, the equation of continuity, that is law of conservation of vehicles. Here, conservation of vehicles. And this equation of continuity we have studied in fluid mechanics. Like that, here there is law of conservation of vehicle, that is inflow is equal to outflow plus or minus storage. Second one, at any point on the road, the flow is a function of concentration. Flow Q is a function of concentration K. That is the second assumption. And in your syllabus, only the introduction part is required. You need not study the derivation steps and all. So in each of these three theories, you should know the basics only. Okay, that's only needed in your curriculum. So I am not explaining this derivation part. And in the note which I have shared in the Moodle, all the steps are there. You just read that portion only and don't spend so much time on that portion. Okay, you should thorough about the introduction only. Okay. So, based on these assumptions by Lytle and Witham, there is one equation, that is U is equal to delta Q divided by delta K. Here U is the speed and delta Q change in flow, delta K change in concentration or density. This is the equation of Lytle and Witham using that assumptions and so many steps. Okay, I am skipping that step and also the equation is only needed. And this theory is applied to problem like that. How a Humber region of increased concentration will move along a crowded main road. If there is an Humber region, the vehicle will have to move slowly. Okay, if there is any vehicle will have to reduce its speed. So it is suggested that it will move slightly slower than the mean vehicle speed. So vehicle passing through this hump, it will have to reduce the speed rather suddenly on entering it. That is, if there is Humber region, there is speed variation and that speed will be lower than the mean vehicle speed. So this change in speed is explained by this equation, and this change in speed is a function of change in flow and change in concentration. Okay, this is the introduction of or the basics of this Lytle and Witham theory. So if it is asked for exam, you should write the introduction part, the assumption and the equation like that. Okay, only for exam point of view you should study this theory. Okay, don't take too much time for these portions because it is not much applicable in practical situation. Okay, this is only some theory which is suggested by some scientist based on so many studies. First one, Lytle and Witham's theory is over. Second theory is car following theory. Okay. In car following theory, the vehicle driver system is visualized as one. There is vehicle driver system. Vehicle will be there, driver will be there. It is visualized as a one unit, where the driver of a following vehicle respond to the stimuli caused by the motion of the vehicle in front. That is, if a vehicle is passing, that vehicle will respond according to the stimuli created by the front vehicle. Okay, it's clear. This is the principle of car following theory. And the driver adjusts his speed, acceleration and spacing between the vehicle in front and his own to suit the motion of vehicle in front. He is adjusting speed, acceleration and all in order to suit the distance between the front vehicle. Okay. In this process, a certain time lag will be there. In this process, there will be a time lag. And the time lag will be between receiving the stimulus and reacting it. Okay, this time lag will be there, and this time lag is between the receiving the stimuli and reacting, and this time lag is inevitable because there will be a time lag, and so it has to be considered in the car following theory. Okay. And this interesting theory has been built and enriched by the study of many researchers in the last 30 years. And this theory applies to a single lane dense traffic with no overtaking. In that situation only this theory is applied. That is, this theory is applicable to single lane road without any overtaking. Single lane dense traffic with no overtaking. Okay. In psychological terms, the car following theory may be expressed in this equation that response is equal to sensitivity into stimulus. In this situation, response is taken as the acceleration of the following vehicle, since this is the quantity directly under control of that driver. Okay, in this equation, response means acceleration of the following vehicle, and this response can be controlled because acceleration is under the control of the driver. So this response is a controllable quantity. Okay, so this response is the acceleration of the following vehicle. And second, stimulus means stimulus could be taken as the relative speed between following vehicle and that ahead. Okay, stimulus is the relative speed between the two vehicles. Okay, and the stimulus can also depend upon spacing between the two vehicles. Okay, that is in the car following theory, the driver responds between the vehicle which is moving and the vehicle which is ahead or which is in front of that vehicle is considered, and the driver vehicle system is considered as a single unit. And here this theory is applicable to single lane traffic with no overtaking, and in psychological term this theory is based on this equation, that is response is equal to sensitivity into stimulus. Sensitivity means here acceleration, stimulus means relative speed between the two vehicles. Okay, this is the car following theory, and based on this there are so many equation, and you should not study this equation. You just read that portion only and write this introduction part for university exam. Okay, this is the car following theory. Last theory is queuing theory, and this queuing theory mainly focus on the occurrence of queues in traffic flow. In traffic flow there will be queue. These queues will be occurring in situation like intersection, signalized intersection, car parking, toll booth, etc. In these situations there will be queues in traffic flow. Okay, and the capacity is designed only for average condition. Usually the capacity of the traffic is designed for average condition only, but it is inevitable that congestion occurs in most of the peaking situation. Usually in all cases there will be congestion, but for designing we are not taking this consideration. We are not taking this congestion. Here capacity is designed only for the average condition. So in queuing theory we are considering the queues which is occurring during traffic flow. Okay, and examples of occurrence of queues in traffic flow are in these situations queue will occur, that is signalized intersection, car parking, toll booth, bottlenecks and so on. And the queuing theory can be easily applied to these problems. In these queuing situations we are using this queuing theory. And the queuing theory will be developed on the basis of following assumptions. There are so much assumptions for developing this queuing theory. First one, the system is in a steady state and has settled down. This assumption is valid only when the arrival and service patterns are sustained. That is, here the traffic intensity rho is defined as the ratio of average rate of arrival to average rate of service. That is the traffic intensity. This is the first assumption, that is traffic intensity is less than 1. That is the first assumption, and this traffic intensity is the ratio of average rate of arrival to average rate of service. Okay, and second one, the number of customers is discrete, then the population of potential customers is infinite. Number of customers discrete and is infinite. The arrival and random in nature, and Poisson's distribution applies. The mean rate of arrival is lambda. There will be no simultaneous arrivals. There will be a single service channel. Separate modifications of the approach are available for multiple channels. The queue is single and is of infinite capacity. The order of service in, first out. There is a single follow, one service discipline. The service time vary and follow an exceptional distribution with a mean rate mu. Okay, and this queuing theory based on is based on probability that you have studied in mathematics. Okay, as I told you, you need not study these equations and all. You just study the introduction part only, because it is not used in our practical situation. It's just theory introduced by some scientist. Okay, and these are the equations by this queuing theory. Okay, notation: lambda is the mean rate of arrival, mu is the mean rate of service, and its ratio is known as intensity. That is in first assumption, intensity rho, and is less than 1. This is the first assumption, is less than 1. And probability, based on this probability studies, these are the equations. Okay, you don't need to by heart this portion. Okay, so in university exam, only up to this, only the introduction part is asked. They never asked in syllabus also. You can see introduction of or some basics of theories are required. Basics of Willing, Lighty-Line with Arms theory, queuing theory, and car following theory is needed. Okay, so you study the introductory part or basics of these theories. Okay, so by this our portions are almost over. Almost, I think the portions are completely over. And if there is any topic I have left by mistake, or I will explain it in coming videos. Okay, and if you have any questions and all, or any doubt, I think this traffic is very simple. Okay, so I'm ending today's lecture. Thank you.